Hi everybody, it is day 149. The high in my area is 78 degrees. So for this row, we're going to stick with the varsity red. We're going to do 1 double crochet in the first space and then 3 double crochets in every other space all the way down to end, and end with 2 double crochets and a chain 3 space. There are Amazon, Knit Picks, and Happily Hook affiliate links below. If you click on them and purchase something, I receive a small commission. Today is kind of a hard day, guys, so I may include some happy stories just to uplift other people's spirits because I need to uplift my own. But I hope everyone does have a good day, and if you're not having a good day, I hope it gets better, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this video. This story is from r/Wholesome Stories and is titled My Teacher's Son is the Most Pure-Hearted Person I Know. My 18-year-old female favorite teacher, band director, 40 male, has the cutest little boy, 4 male, I've ever met. He's so pure, I'll use N for his name. N started to get attached to me in late August, and now every time I see him, he runs to me yelling my name with his arms wide open, throws himself on me, and gives me a big boy hug. And I always say, "Hi, N, you just grow more every time I see you, don't you?" And in his little kid voice, he always says, "Yeah, I'm a big boy." And he always wants to play superhero. I pick him up and spin, do a big jump, or watch Phineas and Ferb. Over spring break, the band went to Disney World, and N wanted to ride the Peter Pan ride with me. And I was so down, so me and my group of friends went with my band director's family for a ride or two. And this kid was so happy. And when we got off, he gave me a big hug and told me thank you. My group decided to go ride some bigger rides, and when the fireworks show started, I hoisted N onto my shoulders, and he was so in awe and was saying fireworks, and helping him make that core memory was something I will never forget. Fast forward to today. We had our band party, and N asked me to push him on the swings, and he was giggling and laughing so hard it made my heart melt. N waves at me every time I am away from him for more than 5 minutes, and he always smiles when I wave back, and his smile is so precious. I called N a silly goose, and he said, "I'm not a silly goose, I'm a big boy." There's so many times where he'll be asked something like, "Are you being rambunctious, little bugger?" And he always says, "No, I'm a big boy." And finally, as I was leaving the party, he's running with my car, smiling and waving. And I stop and roll down my window and say, "Bye, Ann. I'll see you soon, okay?" And he yells, "Okay, bye, April." And it just warmed my heart so much. And I just wanted to share some of my favorite memories with N and hopefully make you guys smile. Have a good day, you guys. Oh, that was a cute story. Okay, so I'm going to read another one. Oh, this one's called it's from r/Wholesome Stories. It says an online stranger helped me pass high school. A few months back, I was hitting a low in my life. My grades were dropping, depression was setting in, and what didn't help was that me finding out my ex cheated on me with one of my friends. One night I got on my VR because video games have always been an outlet for me. But I got on to VR chat and went to a random world to stare off into space and think about life. After a bit, this guy comes over and starts talking to me. Let's call him Anakin. We talked for a moment and he asked why I'm there, and I started explaining everything to him. He related some because when he was in high school, he got cheated on and abused, and he gave up on even going to school and never got his diploma and was worried that that was the path I was going down. We had a talk, and he tried motivating me to finish strong and do what I could to pass. I struggled to even understand what was going on in my classes because I was sick for a whole 2 months and missed so many days. We made a deal that I would come back to him and tell him how it went by the time school ended for me, giving me motivation to pass no matter what. A couple months go by, and I'm hunkered down trying to catch up and boost my grade. Slowly but surely, I got it to a passing level and even found someone new, someone who's actually treating me right and working with me on all my problems mentally. School's over for me, and I looked every night to see if he was online, and last night I saw him. I joined his server and he immediately recognized me. He said to give him the good news, and I did. This man cheered so loud hearing that I passed, and I told him about my new significant other. Then we talked for a moment, and he tells me that after that night, he got the motivation to get his diploma after 5 years, and he aced the test. Now we're both set to graduate this year. I wanted to stay on and chat, but I had to get to bed. But before I did, Anakin took me to the other room where his friends were and announced, "Y'all remember the kid I said I tried motivating to graduate? Well, here he is, graduating soon." And the whole room proceeds to cheer for me. I tell them all thank you and head to bed. Easily my most wholesome experience of my life. Oh, that's so beautiful. Let's try another story. This one is called She Called Me Her Son. My biological mom was emotionally abusive to me and physically abusive to my brothers and sisters. I'm putting it very lightly. So Mother's Day is always really hard for me. I met my best friend when I was 11, and he's still my best friend 14 years later. His mother knew about my family situation and has supported me, taught me, and cared for me all these years. I have a good career, a clean record, and solid relationships. I often wonder how I am not myself an abuser and an addict. Every time my biological mother would pull me down, my real mother would lift me up. I am who I am because of the influence of this blessed woman. I realize who deserves to hear Happy Mother's Day from me today, and I sent a long text telling her how grateful I am, and she simply said, "You are my son. Thank you." I am crying now. That is all. Thank you, Mrs. Cindy. Says my best friend has been homeless since he was 17. I, 32 male, have a best friend, 29 male, and we have been best friends for 4 years. I met him on the streets and gave him $20. I felt bad I couldn't do more, so I took him to a McDonald's and paid for a meal, then took him clubbing. The temperature was in the negatives by the time we were out, so I took him to my place, gave him my bed, and slept on the couch. He showered and I cooked breakfast. I found out he wasn't on the streets because of drugs or a poor home life, but he was evicted after his parents died and he couldn't afford rent. I went on my phone and ordered one of those pull-out bed couches and told him he can stay with me a while as I had space. I found out we were very similar. We both love horror movies, gaming, and more. I also found out he'd been homeless for a decade, and our friendship sparked. He was the best man at my wedding, and in just over a week, April 14th, it's his birthday. And due to a large saving, I have been able to afford and secure him his own mid-sized home. He doesn't know I've been saving or that I've been planning this for 2 years. Oh, that was very sweet. This is a short one. It says my best friend called me crying about her math and my dad helped her. We're 26. My dad is up visiting for a few days and my best friend is finishing her math upgrading for school she put off for a while. In the middle of her work, she calls me screaming, crying. So I put my dad on the phone and he calmly takes her through everything and she stops crying. He takes her through the questions and reminds her about the processes without giving any answers away. Earlier today, he went fishing with my husband and then helped me pick my hair color for my box dye. My dad is a wonderful man. Okay, this is his last story because it's just short. My mom got me a cool shirt from work. So recently I started getting back into anime, One Piece, and my mom noticed me watching this. Next day, she goes to work at a hotel and she was able to bring home a shirt she thought reminded her of a Pokemon and that pirate show I watch. Even though the shirt may be MHA, I'm not sure what that means, I'm still so glad my mom got this for me. All right, so those are the wholesome stories for the day. Hopefully those made your day a little brighter. It helped lift my spirits a little bit. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.